You ready? Meeting called to order. Today is Tuesday, February 9th. Town Council will be in Town Council Chambers for a special workshop. 1170 Main Street is now 6:32 PM. 6:32.
Look, I'm not gonna babysit you
Wait a
tonight.
minute, this is new to me.
You should be all
Councilman
prepared.
Tucker,
Here.
David Kenningham,
Here.
Angelo Padula,
Absent.
Ed Giroux,
Here.
and Council President Dave
I'm not
Gossler.
absent.
Here.
There is a quorum on record.
Yeah.
It's still raining.
Here's some guy.
Oh, this person.
Hey, the audio.
Yeah, Dave
the
Lombardi
audio on
and,
videos have been excellent.
Yeah.
Dave Lombardi and Nicole not are present.
It's on one
And
side.
the town manager.
The rubber thing.
And town manager
I
Fred
scratched my
Presley.
phone because I forget to.
Yeah.
Discuss the
Sure. Okay. The next page starts with section 8104-1. The first section is just a little more housekeeping in there, changing containers to cots, or just so we could get the right termination in there. 8105, rules and regulations. This is the one where we had some discussion at the council meeting where a couple of councilmen wanted to change the number of units that we were picking up. A couple wanted to stay with 4, and it's not.
Reposition that camera because it's focused on there. Make sure you can see your face.
I'm not up for an Academy Award.
Just get my good side.
So this is where you guys got to make a decision of, how many units do you want to pick up? Do you want to stay with 4? I went out and I surveyed all the 39 towns. The average of the 39 cities and towns in Rhode Island are 4 units. Personally, I'd stay with 4 because most of ours are 4. We've only got a few out there that are more than 4, and we said that you suggested that we send them a letter, letting them know with a 30-day notice that their trash service would be suspended.
Either we change the law, the ordinance,
Yeah, well, that's,
to more than 4.
That's-
I don't know why we would want to do that.
I wouldn't wanna do that.
No.
That's a business now.
Yeah, the only concern I have a situation on Maple Avenue where it's 4 houses, 4 driveways,
4
all
duplexes.
sidewalks. You look at it, it looks like 4 houses, separate houses, 4 duplexes, right down the street, a good couple 100 feet long. But because the land is all considered one, it is now.
Dave, you know
a
what I
family.
wanna-
But, I mean, personally, it was merged one time or another. Because there was other lots that were separated from the other houses that were separated from there through inheritances and so on.
No,
and
I'm
so
gonna tell you how that happens. When they sent the letters out, myself included, we had 9 separate lots. You had to call Ray Beatty and put them individually, so if you were lacking and not doing that, then they made all 1 unit. Now they have to go to zoning to straighten,
Right.
to separate them again. So I took the time out of my day, and I called Beatty, and I went before the board, and I wanted to make 3 separate lots instead of 1 combined separate lot, where I don't have to go through zoning. So the people that say, oh, they combined them, well, you had a choice to complain about that,
this
and you didn't do
individual
your due diligence.
This individual didn't, because it was not his house, it was his parents'
Well,
house. or
I mean,
something.
when you buy
Is it
something like
Can
that.
they reassess it then? Can they get it reassessed instead of creating like an
All he'd have to do
ordinance
is
around
split
that,
it in
have
2.
them reassessed?
Yeah, he can go
Split it in
to
2 and he'd be
zoning
fine.
or
What's that
whatever the
cost?
tax assessor and do what he has to do.
It's got to be cheaper than trash service.
I have a question. Ed, you have someone in your ward. He has a 2-family and a 3-family, but it's considered 1 lot. That's
Yeah,
Mr.
same
Moreau,
situation.
Dave Lombardi? Mr. Moreau owns it's considered 1 lot, but he's got a 2-family and a 3-family here on Providence Street?
Yeah, right down the street.
Yeah.
That's
That's
actually-
along the
your
along the
one
same
again.
lines. Ken?
Where's that?
Where is it?
right across from the seniors, the old age home used to be the school. What's the name of it? Westcott.
Terrace?
Right across the street.
That's
North-
Angelo's.
Yeah. There's a two-family apartment and a three-family apartment on the same deal.
Right, but it's considered one lot.
It's one lot,
That's
right.
why it's
So
none of
considered a
those-
five-family.
None of those are conforming because by our zoning regulations, you're not supposed to have more than one residential unit on a lot. So they're all non-conforming. And it's because a lot of these were created, these older buildings were created during the mill times, and so they were legal non-conforming because they existed prior to the zoning ordinance. But by our own zoning ordinance, you're not supposed to have a residence with four
Guys,
separate buildings on it.
I
It's-
think that if we allow more than four, and we start fooling around with the zoning laws and who's conforming and who's not, we're opening up Pandora's
Yeah, we are.
box over here. I mean, we all wanna help our constituents, but it's not worth what we're gonna go through to make a few exceptions.
In the letter, it can state that they can go to the zoning board and see if they can
Reassess.
split it,
Yeah.
right?
Once they split it,
If they can, they can.
we have no problem
If
with
they
it.
can't, then they'll have to
What
get trash
about-
service.
Don't you think that would be easier?
What about Mega picking up their trash at a cost to them?
They probably can't split it, because it,
Yeah, but how
No,
do
you
you,
can't.
they'd have to do it
But-
with a
but
separate
even if-
truck. and
even if
there's
they
two
do-
houses
Well,
there.
no,
How
what
do
we-
you separate it?
What
What we
happens if
could
they
do-
sell one?
what we
Of
could
course
do-
they gotta
Guys,
split
listen
it.
up.
What we could do is offer them service through us by Mega, because they're already going now, but we'd have to open it up to others that might be interested as well. We would charge them based upon what Mega would charge them, but because there are bins, it would,
then we become
More
in the
bookkeeping.
commercial
Right.
trash business.
Right.
I'm just-
Yeah.
I'm just-
I think we're overthinking.
The question was
I think
asked,
we're-
so I
I think
said.
we're overthinking this.
This is the ordinance,
it's
by
too bad.
ordinance, that's it.
I'd be pissed, but I probably also realize I've been getting away with something for many years, and something that I was not originally by ordinance not entitled to. As it is, we already extended within the last, I don't know how many years, in the last 20 years, we already extended it from 3 to 4. You know, which, I mean,
Yeah, you're gonna open up the
I
condos, you're gonna
I
open
mean, it's
up everything.
unfortunate. It's like,
It
we're
is.
we're picking up a rectory right now. Come on. I mean, nice, but
Well, we
we're
did, so,
breaking the law
yeah, but
So
we kept
if you-
it going because you wanted to get straightened out first before.
until we
Well,
get our
part
own
of it-
act in
Well,
order.
right.
Part of it was,
Yeah.
nobody had any notice because we didn't know they existed until we did this.
Right, and
So-
that's a good thing
so-
about what we did.
right,
We took
so-
inventory.
Now, if you choose to say, we go by the law, then we would, next
Yeah, I
question
mean-
for you would be, what kind of notice do we give them? 30 days?
I would
to
say 30 days
Within
so they
30
can get
days,
somebody, yeah.
you know, we will come by, we're gonna collect your bins.
We're not trying to
You
be
will no longer be able to
mean here or spiteful.
service.
It's just that
Not to
we've
go
got to
backwards.
enforce
Well, are you
the
gonna give them the
law.
option to do that or then rezone if they want?
No, they would have to lose it in 30 days, and then
Right.
they're successfully able to rezone.
Then we put them back on the list.
Yeah.
All
Gotcha.
right, so we're staying with 4?
Yes.
They wouldn't have to
4
notify us,
units.
they just call David, and David would check to see if they're on, separate.
Okay, the next part of that
But
is,
hang on, here's the thing, like Ed said, I'd like to see this enforced. If this is the decree from here on in, we do this all the time, where we say, yes, this is how we want it, but we don't enforce it. Let's enforce it.
Well, we do now
Now,
because we
send
know,
notices.
we do now because we know where they all are, because we went through this process.
Yeah.
So we have a complete list of properties that, fall under this, so we'll be able to send out
That's how they showed
notices
up.
to every one. That's how this all showed up, so.
okay, the next part of this is the combined properties, commercial and residential, on one piece. You had us stay collecting it if we were collecting it,
Same thing.
but then there was some discussion about not collecting it.
It is the
and-
same thing.
But we got Burt and we got Rockaway Taylor's that
Yeah.
we're collecting it now because he has that store in the bottom. He's got like was it 2 apartments at the top, or 1 apartment?
Yeah, just two.
By the
very
ordinance,
small.
by the ordinance, should we be picking it up?
Well, according to this ordinance, it says no.
No, but then you've got to think, some of these locations don't have space for dumpster. Rockaway, where would you put a dumpster for that, for like 2 people?
Yeah,
I
we
know.
could just as easily hire a company to.
Just to
get
come in and
bins
get
like
it.
they have now.
Yeah.
Dave, you have one more of this? That's it.
Yeah, so what's their
I did.
alternative?
I put them all out there.
Same one he gave us last week.
Again, you know, I feel bad, but it doesn't rise to where we should be changing. Keep in mind, no matter how you look at it, there's still a commercial venture within that building,
Yes.
right? So it's commercial, they're making revenue, we hope.
Yeah.
You know, so they're not entitled to free pickup,
Okay.
as the law is written
I
right
guess
now.
the only question then that this is going to bring up is the individual on Pulaski, was it?
Main Street.
Was it Main Street?
Before.
No, there was a plastic.
No, it was a
issue.
Pulaski.
Oh,
Living in
the one that
house.
has the travel agency.
Yeah,
inside.
and
Well,
she
it's
just has it
commercial,
like
it's
out of her
commercial.
house. So does a home-based business rise to this classification or not? Because I think there is a very different, I mean, if you have a separate,
I run an eBay account
if you have
at my house.
right, so it,
Tupperware ladies, like, I don't
right,
know.
yeah, so basically, I think, I think the
it's
distinction has to be, it has to be,
it's
has to be a separate
registered,
unit for business only within the building.
Well, if you have a home-based business, are they paying tangible tax on their business equipment?
Some of them are.
Some of them are.
Are they writing their home office off on the IRS?
That I'm
You can
almost sure
probably
they would
assume
be,
they are.
yeah.
All right, so what you may want to do is redefine
It's still a
home-based
business.
business versus residential.
Yeah, you have CPAs, you're gonna have.
Because if you think about it, Dave, if you have an eBay account and you're claiming a portion of your home to be business for the IRS and Division of Taxation, then on the other hand, you're going, wait a minute, I'm more residential. You're actually, you're on.
Well, I think the way
For the record, I don't have
the
eBay.
regulation reads though is, Dave, does it say mixed use though?
It says, no rubbish will be collected from any condominium, nor from any private, commercial, industrial, profit, or non-profit enterprise.
Let's change that around, because that language probably was developed more than,
Yeah.
Long time ago.
I mean, I don't think the intent was to include home occupations where somebody
No, but
like,
I mean, if you want to carve out an exception for home businesses, you can define what it is and say that they're not subject to, and they will get trash
Yeah.
pickup versus.
Well,
because a lot of
what
people
makes it a
have,
home business when Rockaway's downstairs and his tenant's upstairs?
Well, that's two
that's,
different
there's
issues.
separate
Separate-
units.
separate
Separate
units.
units.
He's got a
Downstairs is home
commercial.
business, upstairs is
But if-
residential.
But if you have an office in your house and you have a web-based business, it's still just your house. I mean, it's not, I mean, you
Yeah,
can
it's
have
not
this,
its own
no,
business.
it's not its own business. Whereas some of these others are zone mixed-use commercial, and that's the intent.
It's not really generating separate trash, and it's probably not generating
No,
any
it's
trash.
not,
Now, I don't know if
yeah.
we have to be specific about that, you know, non-generating type trash business.
I think what you'd have to look at is, again, a person comes in and says, I run a home business, I'm in a residential area, it's not a mixed use. What do you have?
Right.
So, for example, because I got a computer that I'm putting on tangible taxes, here's my tax return, I've been approved for having a home business, all right. Next, someone's got to gauge how much trash, they may not have any.
Yeah, you can't get tough on them either, because what they'll do, they'll force them not to say that they're doing work at
Right.
home.
Do you have
We'd rather-
daycares or home businesses?
Yeah.
Yeah, if
But
you
they're
have-
within the
if you have-
home.
But if you have daycare,
No.
it's a different issue, because
That's
if you're a
different.
home business that just has paper, you put
Right.
it into a shredder, you put that out. And daycare might be a little different, might have some diapers.
I think
some
what we did before and where we found these was that it was what Ray had classified as commercial, industrial, mixed use. Those are the ones that weren't eligible, and those are the ones that did not get bins. I think if we stick to that, we'll be fine. Because if it's in a residential area, it's a residence, someone's running they don't have a window, they don't have a
Storefront.
storefront.
So there are different kinds of mixed use. There's mixed use commercial versus mixed use residential.
I don't think we see that.
No, there are,
Mixed use.
mixed use is mixed
We'll have Al
use.
look at it and rewrite that.
Whether it can have residential and commercial, or it can have residential and whatever, it can have commercial and institutional, I
So,
mean, it's
Ken, let
mixed
me
use.
ask you, for the registration of businesses though, in order to get your license, and you give this information to the town, wouldn't you guys be able to decide what type of garbage they would be generating? For example, you've got a daycare.
that road.
Well,
Yeah, then you're
well,
talking an arbitrary
I was just gonna say, you know, you got a travel agent who's working out of her home in Pulaski Street. Realistically, how much extra trash is she creating? If anything, she's probably giving more recyclables, because she's probably recycling all the paper,
She's never gone over.
okay? Where you have a daycare that has 5 kids, I think 5 or 6 kids is the max you can have, depending on the house size. But you got 5, 6 kids, you got lunches, dinners, diapers, and whatever else. They're creating more trash, but yet you're not gonna, that's not considered a business. I just don't get it. So it's either you consider it a business or you don't consider it a business, mixed use. I mean,
How's the
personally,
contract- How's the contract change at all, if there's any changes from business to house to industrial or commercial?
How does the
For
contract?
example, if a bin's in front of the 4 different units or mixed use,
For us?
if they pick it up, is there any, there's no change?
No, not right now.
I understood the mixed use to be the self-standing store, business with the renting of facilities. When you're a home-based, you're not renting your home for me, not really.
Well, you are under a tax scenario. It may
you can
not
almost
be-
guarantee you're renting it.
It may not be for garbage, but when you tell the Division of Taxation and the IRS that you are taking, say, 100 square feet of your home,
Utilizing it for a
utilizing
home
it as a
business.
business because you work 8
'Cause
hours
that's-
there a day.
I got you.
The town has tangible taxes, and then technically, you've got a business in a mixed zone that the town's never objected to because there's no impact on
Right.
all of the town services.
Well, I just talked to Al and have him write up, like Tim said, the difference between home-based business and commercial. And that'll just leave it
Or
like that.
Just carve it out. That you guys can define what a home-based business is.
I don't know, what's the difference?
Well,
To me,
Really
to,
separate
well,
unit. Separate unit for the purpose
Separate
of
unit.
business.
A home-based unit would have to be contained in a single unit, and a commercial would be like a separate place and a residential.
And you had that wall with a door going into a different room, you could declare that to be your office for tax purposes. The rest of it isn't.
Right.
Yeah.
So if someone comes in and says, look, I'm a home-based business, the first question is gonna be, does the IRS or Division of Taxation recognize? Now, they might lie. I don't know what you want for proof, but, I mean,
I mean, we have an ordinance in place that allows for home occupation, home-based businesses, so, and
Yeah.
it treats them differently than,
but then the next question
Other
is establishing the type of
businesses, so.
business to determine how much garbage they,
I think, again, as long as we keep it to a separate unit within the structure or structures, then we're fine.
So
Because
mixed,
it's very
do they get
easy.
extra
If it's
barrels?
mixed use
Do they get
with a
extra barrels?
separate-
Well, if they
No.
do, they have to buy them.
They'd have to buy it. The only exceptions we've made exceptions was the group homes, which that's, that's not really their
we
fault
went
that
into
they.
trouble with group homes though, a few years back in federal court. The town was trying to require them to have a dumpster. And we went in front of Will Smith in federal court, and I forgot the opposing counsel, but they basically made the argument that if you have a ranch house, mom and dad decide to have 12 kids, that's 14 kids in a ranch house, you can't make them get a dumpster. They had a group home with 5 people that lived there, and 1 person that came
It's
in.
only, what, 3 of
And
them?
it wasn't like they were really creating additional trash.
so why aren't they paying for the extra barrels?
They do. Well, No, the group home they
That's
didn't.
just different.
No, the group homes.
Well, you got a couple in Tanglewood, I mean, a
Are they-
dumpster,
are they or are
you
they
go
not?
crazy with that
The
neighborhood.
group homes are not paying for the extra barrels.
Why?
but only 2 of them picked them up, right?
Right.
Only
Why-
2
why
of them
shouldn't
needed
they?
extra.
Well, do they
Because
need
they were
extra
like that
barrels?
Yeah,
exception.
they have extra
They were
barrels,
kind of
they
like
give
that.
them for free.
We were told
Oh,
that
wow.
we would make exceptions to those
For nonprofit.
large.
Until we get,
Who said?
yeah, until we get our act together.
Right, correct.
I mean, a group home, the state
Well,
covers, so they should pay like our regular citizens should
well,
pay.
you
Yeah,
gotta-
why-
you
why
gotta make
would-
sure
why
if
shouldn't
you've got a nonprofit
Not the extras.
condition.
I thought we
Doesn't
should
matter.
charge
No,
them.
I'm just saying, you guys.
It's just like the
determine
veterans home. You gonna charge the veterans home down
What
here for a bin?
nonprofits, depending on volume.
We don't.
you'd wanna-
Why? Why not?
Yeah, everybody should have to pay for the extra bin.
Everybody should pay. I mean, we're letting our taxpayers pay for the bin.
Don't let your hot rule here,
Right.
all right?
Huh?
Don't let your hot rule, let
I
them
mean,
all rule.
yeah.
Yeah, I think anybody should
Well,
pay for the extra one.
here's the question.
Never mind about the compassion on this thing.
The bottom line is, it's a different issue. If you're just asking them to pay
Yeah.
for a different, for an additional barrel, that's not like it was before, where you're gonna ask them to pay, say, a commercial rate of pickup versus a residential rate. If you're just asking them to pay for an additional bucket, and they pay for it, you'll pick it up.
I mean, them group homes, you don't even know they're
We're talking about a
there.
different thing.
You know, Tanglewood, Dave, we got 2. We got a Prospect Hill, we got 2.
One on Providence Street.
You can tell that.
Yeah.
You know how? The landscaping's perfect.
Well, the ramps and everything, yeah, but I mean, you start making dumpsters going residential
No,
neighborhoods.
I
mean,
wouldn't say
that's-
that. I'd say
that's
they
sick.
need,
Well,
if
the
they
group
need
homes
extra,
that I
like
spoke
anybody
with-
else, they have to pay for it.
They should pay the
They're being
resident
That's what we've
taxpayers.
decided. We haven't
They
decided
were
that.
generating so much garbage before, but it wasn't garbage that we have control as far as recycling. We're talking about people with handicaps, with the diapers and the bed pads, voluminous stuff So that's where we had made exceptions for them as far as they're generating that kind of garbage where it's nothing they can really control. With the people that are in the home, that's why we gave them the extras, because
they
they were able to get rid of that garbage.
No, they should be
before.
paying for the barrels.
So back to the mixed use. The
Yeah.
distinction that we're looking to make is if it is a separate building,
No, separate unit.
separate
Or
unit.
It can be a separate, so like retail on the bottom, residential on the top is a typical example of the mixed use.
Or
They
or
would not be eligible
Correct.
anymore.
Separate entrances,
Separate units.
a distinction between the
Has
two,
to- It has to be defined by the assessor.
either a
as separate
physical
unit.
or a signage,
Yeah, well, Al will have to write all that up, and get all the legal stuff.
then they,
done on it.
then they do. If
One
they,
of-
if
one
they
of the
don't, if it's
issues-
combined,
One of the issues you might want to think about is just if you've got proof from your prior year's tax document that you've been recognized, I mean, that's proof that the IRS and the Division of Taxation are recognizing you as that. That means you have a separate room. Now, again, subject to someone actually walking in and looking at it, you're telling the federal government and the state government that you have a separate 100 square foot where you got all your business stuff,
right.
all right? So if you've got that,
I wouldn't go there only because.
no, I was just
there's
gonna
so
say,
many
I was just gonna say something that you might want to ask Al and say,
to separate.
yeah.
What about so Bert's building, for example, that's just one unit, correct?
It's two buildings
Two
on a.
buildings.
Two
piece of
buildings,
property.
one's the business, and
One's a
then
house.
Correct,
one's a house.
so from a,
Would he have to get a dumpster?
He'd have to get somebody to pick
he'd
up
have
his
to get
trash.
somebody to pick up his trash.
Well, Waste
because it's
Management
one
will go out
lot.
and put the same kind
So
of
he's got
costs
two
out
units.
there if you want.
See,
to.
West
One
Greenwich,
lot,
What do they
one's
charge?
residential, one's commercial.
Well, he's
It's
gonna
no
separate
different
it.
than if it was same building.
now, for
Because
instance,
it's one lot.
for instance,
Two lots, he'd be fine.
I've got one of those too, and it should be.
yeah, but you got
There's a
like,
lot of them like that.
West Greenwich, they offer you can bring your trash to the dump on weekends.
Yeah, but we can't handle it.
Right,
don't
no,
have
we
that.
can't handle that, but you have the option to hire your own company to come pick up your trash. Like, I know my cousin who lives on Mishnock Road, she has, not Mega, but the MTG, comes and gets her trash every week. They charge her $75 a month or whatever.
Has
She
any-
pays that out of her pocket.
Has anybody spoken with Mega to see if they'd be willing to do their own contract with these businesses?
Yeah, they would.
They said
Oh,
they
they
would.
do, they do.
But the only thing is that they would have to do it with a separate truck.
They
Yeah,
can't
but
use
wait a
our
minute
truck
now.
out of
If
our
Because
we
we don't
start-
want them picking it up with the same truck.
If we
because
start,
the
if
tipping
we
fee is a
start
month
putting
less.
I got you.
people's names, call this one, call that one, then we're liable for this stuff.
They're
They
on
can
their
go
own.
out and get their
They can
own.
contract
I agree,
their own,
I
that's
agree.
right.
Again, we're not
We
trying
have
to be
We
mean.
have to
No.
take the
Just that
barrels away, we have
Yeah.
to
You know,
separate
there's
it
only so
all.
much government should be doing.
Right.
Just trying to I'm just trying to see
Yeah.
how this is gonna play out.
You decide how much notice you're gonna give them?
30 days.
Yeah, so and I like that distinction where there's gotta be some type of, like, physical separation.
Yeah, separate units.
Or if there is, yeah, separate entrances, petitions, or whatever. But if it's truly a home-based business where it's all
Because if we go there, we make those
homogeneous, is
two,
that the word?
if we do those two, people aren't gonna report it.
Yes, it is. I
Ever
know it is.
again.
Yeah, I
They'll
think
never
you
tell
use
them
those.
they home-based business.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the word.
Okay.
You're not pronouncing.
8105, Section 2. We gotta change the curbside thing from 7 o'clock to have buckets out there by 6 o'clock. Because the routes are, they're doing it with less trucks, the routes are bigger now, and they asked if they could get them out there earlier. Because if not, the drivers are still in town at like 6, 7 o'clock at night. So I said, bring it up to you.
Oh.
Huh.
when
6
did we do
a.m.?
that?
That seems to
Isn't
be.
that, wasn't that an RFP or the contract?
Yeah, after 7.
It's in the, no, it's in the contract for 6
Isn't there
o'clock.
something in here saying you're not supposed to do that?
Yes. 6 o'clock.
99% of the people put their trash out
The night before.
Right, so it's not a big deal, I just need the okay to change it to 6, that's all. That's
Then we
getting
have
the
to
bin
change
out
it on the website,
Not
because in the,
everybody.
Now
all
we'll
the
change
ordinance
this,
is
but
at 7.
I do.
understand that.
A lot of
You're gonna have
people
people
put it on the way
calling
out to work.
because
Making
the truck
noise.
out
Well, they're gonna have to make it known to,
6 a.m.
Yeah, against the
I
town
I mean-
ordinance.
Trash out at 7, no.
I'll be honest, yeah, but this may not affect that many people, because
I put it out the night before.
I'll be
A lot
honest,
of people
I leave
don't.
for work at 7:30, and sometimes my kids forget to bring it up the night, or I'm somewhere, or doing whatever, and I forget to. But they don't usually come in my neighborhood till almost 9, 10
Well, it
o'clock in
depends
the
where you
morning.
are on the route.
That's what I mean, so it's not gonna affect everybody, it's gonna
No, it's
forget,
gonna be a handful.
it's gonna,
first
it's
ones
gonna
that-
affect
they're on
the
the route.
beginning, and hopefully,
Yeah.
they're already seeing that,
Yeah.
you know
And
what I mean?
the second half of section 2 was, I just wanted to point that out for Ed, so he knows it's in there. No
Where
rubbish,
are you? I don't know.
Yeah,
I
where
don't
are
see-
we?
8-105, section 2, the second half.
Yep, that's 8105.
8105,
A2,
A2.
A2.
Okay.
A2.
The one we were just
No rubbish or other debris may be placed at the out for collection more than 1 day prior to scheduled pickup, and empty containers must be removed within 1 day after pickup. So it's already in there. I just wanted to point it out so you knew it was in there.
Is that an
Ed
addition, or was
Ed
that
had a
always
question
written that way?
Huh?
Was that an addition, or was it always
No,
written that
it was
way?
in,
It's always-
it's in there, but
Right,
Ed had a
so-
question, he wanted to make sure it was in there, so I just wanted to let him know it's in
This
there.
question has been talked about in the past, and I gotta ask it. What happens if you violate this part? Who's gonna be in charge of issuing the citation? Not the police department,
No, we do it.
right?
We've already been out with
I think the
stickers.
councilman should be able to have those sticker books too.
Well.
Oh my
Score
a vote, Drew.
Yeah.
Just so,
ready?
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
just so everyone understands. if you
Badges.
put garbage
We see
on
it
your
all.
property
Stinking badges.
And we do it.
2 days before, 3 days before, 4 days before, it's almost impossible
I don't
for
have
this
no problem
ordinance
at
to
all.
be enforced.
It'll get done.
Why?
I'm
You're gonna give
serious
so
about
many
cleaning up
days.
our goddamn
Because you
town.
got private property, you can put anything you want in private
Yeah,
property.
as long as it's 5 feet behind the, the sidewalk.
No, I'm just saying. you can
We don't
put
care
it
if
on-
they put it on their front lawn.
Right, but you can put it on your property.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But Sometimes property.
How many are you gonna get like that? There's not gonna be
Well,
many.
I've got 3 on my street
Just
alone.
remember the gentleman
On
that got
private
all the
property?
trees
Yep.
down.
They
There's
put,
some
they-
on that
instead of putting it on the sidewalk,
I
they
gotta
used
hear
to
the
just move it
story.
into their front lawn.
Angelo, just remember the guy that cut all the
Branches.
trees down and Saunders down and painted the stump.
Painted the stumps right there on 1A.
Well,
Only
in Warwick, he
one guy.
painted his house pink, purple polka dots.
All right.
The one next to the hospital, yeah.
Yeah, but they
So
took the
you're
polka
saying like
dots
those
out.
mattresses, as long as they pull them in 5 feet into their property line, there's
Well, we're
nothing
not
you
in
can
bulk
do?
yet, different, I'm just talking about
Okay.
normal trash, you
Okay.
can.
Okay,
If you've got bulk, well,
That's a different story.
could be art,
bulk is different.
could be art, I'm expressing myself.
Not on the sidewalk.
No, as long as it's not my
5
property.
feet from your.
Why are you giving,
If it's on your property, the minimum housing,
right.
the minimum housing can make you paint your house if it's like.
But that's why I asked who is issuing the citation.
Don't say what color, but you can paint it.
Right, and
Minimum housing's doing-
that's right, because the police,
Yeah,
minimum
they
housing,
do.
and DPW have the ability to issue citations. All this stuff won't happen. What I'm trying to get at is, if it's just them, for example, you put a refrigerator out, and the refrigerator's on your driveway with all the settles. Now somebody drives by there and says, boy, that looks like hell. Who do you make the report to?
Minimum housing.
Right.
Well,
Now
see,
what's minimum housing gonna do?
what we would do,
I got bulk, it's going out. and I
yeah,
can't keep
what we
it.
would do is, we would go by, if it's not on the bulk list, we would go by and put a sticker on it and said, please call for a bulk pickup.
All right.
And then when they call and talk to her, she say, listen, the bulk pickup is the first Saturday of the month, kind of pull it back in your property.
Yeah.
You know,
Make it
until we
indiscriminate.
pick up.
Right.
Yeah.
That's town-wide, first Saturday of the month.
Yes.
Yep. Yep, and it's on the schedule, it's on the holiday schedule on the website, the month coming up, when they need to call by.
Okay, cool. The next section, 3.
Can I, one other thing for A2?
Yeah.
All right, do we need to put language in A2 saying what the consequences are?
I think there's gonna be consequences for any violation of any of this later on, right? We're gonna have to come up with.
You're gonna address it all at once.
Warning, fines, whatever.
Yeah, we actually have a fee schedule here, that
Okay.
we're putting together, but we couldn't add the fines to it because we haven't
Right.
got that far yet in order for you to tell us what you want to
Right,
charge.
106 is compliance.
Okay?
Where are we moving
Are
to
we
now?
skipping to that?
A3,
A3.
we're taking out a maximum of 8 bags and 3 containers and 1 bulky item, that's gone,
Yeah.
because bulky's separate now, it says. What we're putting in is the residents receiving trash recycling pickup are required to place all trash and recycling in the town supplied collection containers / bins. Cover must be closed. Ed, you asked about that? There it is, cover must be closed, right?
Yeah.
Trash placed alongside supplied collection containers will not be collected. In some instances, an extra container or bin for a year-round service may be required and purchased at the DPW. So we're already charging them the $75 for the
For an
bin if they
additional
want an extra trash bin.
Trash bin.
Now, let me clarify something here. I see people that fill up them 95 gallon, on the holidays I do myself. I can't close my bin.
How, I mean, we
I mean,
say
I'm not
don't
gonna-
close.
I'll be-
If it's like this.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, but I
We've
mean,
got this thing open where if they go to tip it, it's all gonna fall over, they're not gonna.
I'll be
well, I
honest.
mean, if it's secured,
I was just gonna say, I'll be honest, I've watched the truck pick up with the barrel wide open like
Right.
this.
Yeah.
they're
And
spilling
bags in
nothing.
it, and I've seen them pick it up and
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
But
I
the thing
mean,
is,
the thing is-
we want people to know that you're not supposed to do that, because we don't want
they're
everything.
gonna
If it
have your
causes a
weeks.
problem, we have the
Yeah.
law to prevent
Once in a while,
it.
yeah.
If it causes a problem. If it doesn't,
As long as you get notice,
Yeah.
and that people know what's going on, whether they read it or not is really
That's right.
not the issue, but as long as you get notice and you get a fine, you know, there's really not a lot they can do.
Yeah, and it's been working fine.
All right.
The other part is additional, you had asked about a special events bin, like if you're having a cookout on
Yep.
Labor Day or something like that. Special events container bin will be available for one-time fee in accordance with the fee schedule, but we never got, like,
What
what do
you
you
want
want
to
to
do.
charge for it to pick that up? Do you want to?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, you look at it this way, if it's recycling, it's making us money.
No, this is trash. This isn't recycle. This is trash.
I would do a $75 fee, because if they never give it back, they pay for it.
Well, we'd have to go out and drop it off and
Right.
pick it up. That's what we
Yeah,
can
but
do.
who's
Then
gonna
we're
pay for
gonna, who's
that?
gonna pay for
That's-
that?
There's two ways around
I think
that.
we're opening
Number
up
one,
Pandora's
Yeah,
box on that too.
If you're gonna give it to them and they're supposed to bring it back, get their credit card. If they don't bring it back within 30 days, you charge.
Yeah, only to pick up, not to deliver. We can't afford the labor.
Then we could charge them $100, and when they come back, we'll
Right.
give them their check back and say, give us a check for 25.
No.
No, you
Put
take
it-
the
put it
credit
on
card.
We can't accept credit cards at the DPW.
We're working on it.
Yeah, why
You
not?
know what I mean? If you give them $100.
But they have to return or that's stealing. I mean, can't you put a lien or
Take your
catch
half
them?
off.
No, but the point is,
Square.
if they steal it, it gets destroyed.
Have you ever heard of
It's already-
Square?
You already got the reimbursement up front.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you don't have to worry about
Yeah.
having.
That's why too, like, you know, when you leave a damage deposit, it's $100
Right.
bucks, you
It's-
damage, they keep the
If you
check,
went to
so with
court,
us,
you
it
got
would be
back
a
in the
$75.
restitution that they'd have to pay you after the fact, you're just getting it up front.
I'm just imagining I'm throwing a cookout next week and I'm go down to see you and you're like, that's $100. And I'm like, what do you mean it's $100? And then you say, well, you're gonna get $75 back. I'm
That's
like,
more than my keg.
I'm like, do I really want to give you $100? Like, it would feel weird to me giving you $100.
Give you 75 and keep the can.
Right.
It just, I don't know. It seems.
I
like
don't
a
think
lot.
we should offer that. That's just too much. I don't think we should offer that.
What?
I
What do
think
you wanna
we'll
do?
get into a mess. We can't give
What's
it
that?
It would be an annual fee,
Let them buy a bin.
or just a one-time?
Just
fee?
for event,
Just a
Yeah,
one-time
no
event.
special
Yeah,
event
but-
container.
You have a party.
Like, you have a
Can't they-
cookout at your
can't
house
they
and you
bring
need
their
an extra
containers
can, you come
So I
down,
have 5 cookouts
They
in a
allowed
year,
to
I
do
have
that?
to get 5 different.
either that or.
I think
generate less
what
trash.
we're gonna do, we're making more work for
I
ourselves.
would just get rid of the special event bins.
That's it.
no.
I mean,
no,
I wouldn't even have, I
Well,
wouldn't, I wouldn't even offer that.
Don't even
I
offer
agree.
it.
Fred, what are you saying?
I'm saying you need to provide them something if they're gonna have a big party or something, I mean, because otherwise you're gonna have to hire somebody for one day. Come in. So.
You can
Well,
anytime.
save it for the following week.
Yeah, but if you have, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, there's
But your neighbors, you're gonna invite your neighbors to your cookout, you're gonna throw something in theirs. I mean, nobody has more people at my house for a party.
You see the guys
This is
wheeling
what
their
the
I
other
bags
share
towns
over.
mine.
are doing. They
Timmy, let me
offer
put my garbage in your garbage
the
bin.
ability
Can I come to your party?
This is what they're doing. So why don't we have the other cities and towns ordinance here then?
Because,
The
well,
other
they're not empty, they're towns, their DPW does theirs.
Well, some.
Well, some, no, Coventry does it,
30,
and Cranston
36 of
does it.
them are.
I don't think Warwick offers that either.
No, I don't think they do
No.
either.
No.
So
Well, this
why
is
do
only-
we,
why
why
are
do we
we?
wanna do it?
Cranston
Because
lets
somebody,
them purchase
somebody
bags,
said they wanted to
put 'em
offer
on
it
the side,
for a
and in
special
that
event.
case,
That's
they
why we
buy
put it in.
bags.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, I do.
How do they
remember
pick it
that.
up?
They sell it, sure.
They,
And they're
in
inexpensive.
most cases, they'll get out because they paid the extra for the bag. They'll get out and put them in the truck.
And our
Waste
vendor,
management
our
does
vendor's
Cranston.
going to do
I know
that?
that's what Cranston
That ain't,
does.
well,
so I
that's
know.
not even in our
Yeah,
contract.
Vendor's not gonna get out of the
No,
truck.
I'm just telling you what Cranston does, that's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, that's a waste management thing.
I'll tell you, I wouldn't open up that.
Well, would we allow them a dumping fee in our dumpster then at the
I don't have
DPW?
room in
we
that
told
dumpster
them.
for it.
We have dumpsters, but they don't have, first of all, we're not open on weekends. Second of all, we're not open past 3:30. So to drop it off there is
And
almost
we don't
virtually
have a
impossible.
transfer station license.
Right, you can't accept.
You can't accept trash. We don't have a transfer station license.
That's the difference between Coventry and us. Coventry is a full transfer station.
Can't people just be nice to their neighbors and?
All right, so you want to just
We worked it
cross
out
the
in my
special
neighborhood.
events off?
Jeez, like, it just seems strange to me. Like,
You know what? If this
We
turns-
haven't had any requests for it
If
yet,
this
so.
turns out well, it's, you're
I
not
know,
going
we're
to
opening
now.
up the
No,
can.
but if there's one or two
Summertime.
to come in, I mean, we can just handle it.
I'll
That's
be
it.
honest, that's the reason why I asked Dave that question was,
All right, so take that out.
I mean, I'll be honest, since this new recycle bins come out, I have actually probably tripled my recycling.
I only put out my recycling bin this week.
And-
I didn't put out my trash.
That's probably the only bin that fills up in my house now.
Me
I
too,
mean,
Dave.
I actually have a bag on the side of my cabinets where everybody throws their bottles and whatever else in. So I said to Dave, you know, Christmas time and Thanksgiving, I noticed I was full on the first week. So it was kind of hard for me to recycle. But For me to have another whole bin for a whole year, only for 2-3 weeks a year, is a waste of my time.
I think we wait and see how this turns
Yeah.
out in the summertime. I'm suggesting we strike the last
Yeah.
4 lines,
Yeah, I would-
Took it out.
starting
Yeah,
from
no.
in some instances.
Strike it, kind of like handle it, and if it becomes
it
an
out,
issue, like
take it out
a
of
big
there.
issue, then we'll
Then we'll deal with it.
We'll address
Case
it.
by case
Okay.
basis.
The next one, number 4, we're striking the whole thing out. And number 5 becomes number 4. And we're just gonna add in, plastic barrels clearly marked for yard waste, not to exceed 35
Okay,
gallons.
so you did good, you did add that in.
Look at a mark.
What does the sweeping or
Just put
blowing of
WY
leaves
on
have
YW.
anything to do with this ordinance?
It was in there,
It has nothing to do with this ordinance. Why?
I know, it was in there, I don't know why it's in this section, but
Okay.
it's in there, so.
You see that, guys?
Where, which one?
It says, "The sweeping or blowing of leaves and other yard waste into streets, onto sidewalks, or other town rights of way is hereby prohibited." What does that have to do with this ordinance?
Where section is that?
Nothing.
Has nothing to do with
But
trash.
it was in the original one, we just left it.
Do you want to strike it?
Yeah.
We can leave it, I mean, it's just a little extra information.
Well, in other words, if you're not using the proper bags and disposing it properly, that's what it is. You're not disposing of it properly.
Somebody on Wakefield Street, she puts it right in the.
Right in the drain.
Okay, so at the end of this, we're gonna have.
I got a
we're gonna
big
have fines on that
backyard.
too?
I've seen her do it.
Lovely.
I
What's that?
love
When it
woodland.
all
Is there
backs
any
up,
other-
I'll show
Is there any other ordinance that has this in it?
Everything
It has what in it?
Prohibiting blowing leaves into the
I think
street?
it does farther into the streets and sidewalk ordinance. I can double check it if it
Well,
isn't.
what I'm gonna say, if you're gonna have this in here, then you're gonna have to mention the fine for that too,
Yeah,
which I think it's not,
that's,
it does not belong in here.
yeah, we got a fee schedule in here that's gonna have all the fines listed in it, once we determine what the fines are gonna be.
Is that big barrel that I have for leaves, is that gonna be outlawed now?
Yeah, I have like one of those brutes.
Yeah, I do
Fill it
too.
all the way, but that's blood. That's a big one.
It's as big as what the state uses, what the town uses.
Yeah, just put yard waste on it,
Yeah,
that's
all
fine.
They're not gonna bother you.
I got that on tape, David, so. all right.
Make sure it doesn't weigh 500 pounds.
That's it. That's
My father
Well, the
puts
problem-
them in
it's
it.
Don't
not
fill
the-
it with grass and run the garden hose over
It's
it.
not the lawn clippings and the leaves that are the problem, it's when they sweep up and put the sand in the barrels, that's the problem.
And
And then you can't lift the damn thing.
Gotta go
Yeah,
somewhere.
a barrel full of acorns.
Maybe if
that
you
you
swept
can't
the
lift.
streets more often, we might not have that problem.
Well, if you were on a nut diet, we wouldn't
stop
have a
calling
problem
them
losing weight.
Stop calling for
Stop
sand.
calling for
Stop
sand.
searching the streets more.
I put the sand on the street.
You know?
Probably an ordinance against that too.
I tell you what, when we do the budget,
Yeah.
approve me a lot more money and I'll use pure salt like the state does.
Gee, I thought we were cutting them in half.
I thought so too.
All right, next
I
page.
don't want any tax increase.
Number 6 becomes number 5, no change. Number 7 becomes number 6.
Wait
no
a minute,
change.
I like this one right here. No person other than the owner thereof or duly authorized agent to the town shall examine, disturb, interfere with, or remove the contents of any container or white goods placed on the curbside.
Yep. that-
Wow, I've been fighting for that for 4 years.
That's been in the
That's
ordinance,
been
we're
in
not
there, we
changing
told
it.
you that.
But again, they're not breaking the law.
We told you that, it's in there.
They
We
are,
just,
it's in our ordinance.
we just don't enforce it.
State law over supersedes
Can I
town
address
law.
that? Can I address that?
That's what they
One
think.
second. Number one, if it's on private property.
Can't touch it.
But you don't understand.
Listen, I'm just.
It's not on private property, it's curbside, and we keep going through this over and over again.
Curbside.
Them guys are thieves.
Curbside, once you put it out, okay, it can be taken. Whether you
Is there a
like it or
court
not.
case on that?
There's all sorts of court cases, but can I just make a suggestion here? These verbs that are used shall not, now take out, remove the contents of any container, this is how it sounds. No person other than the owner thereof, or a duly authorized agent of the town shall examine, disturb, interfere with white goods. How do you disturb, interfere, or examine white goods?
Take it away.
Take it away.
That's not what it says.
You're interfering with it, you're taking it.
No. You should say, take it away.
You're disturbing it, you're disturbing it
You're
by
disturbing
moving
it.
All right, what do you want it to read?
I understand what you're saying, Tim.
Removed.
Just remove.
Shall remove the contents of any container,
If you
all
change-
white goods?
if you
I don't
change-
want them
no,
to
hold
examine it, I
on.
don't want them to open up
Huh?
my thing and look through all my bags. No.
You shall
It's in
examine,
That's what they do.
The only time that's gonna happen now is
Or
when
remove white goods?
Of any container, or.
they have to be in the barrels.
Any white goods.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
easy enough. spending that ordinance
You know
that
what I mean?
long.
So if you take a refrigerator and you move it like that, you've interfered with it, you've disturbed it, and you've examined it, but you haven't taken it.
All right. And then the next one
So
just
you're in
says, these rules
violation
and
then, too.
regulations may be suspended in case of emergency up to 5 days by DPW, but we've never had to do that, it's just in case, like, we're
I've got are we on B2 yet?
No.
We're on B1.
Okay.
And this is what I told you, this is gonna change May 1st, so we're gonna write the new ordinance, and it's gonna have to say something about it changing to May 1st. We're gonna be a drop-off station for mattresses, like I told you at the last meeting. You're gonna pay a fee when you purchase it, and you're gonna drop them off for nothing. Convenience to the residents, they're gonna still be able to drop it off to us, and the container company will take it away.
Now, how,
We'll outline that. Now,
I'm not
if we
getting
have to
into it.
go to
We'll be
your
on
house
this
and
all
pick up
night.
a mattress, that's considered a premium service. It's gonna cost you, what do we put in there?
$10?
It was 20, but you want to change it to 25.
Well, we're gonna ask, do you wanna leave it? I think 25 would be better, because I have to send a driver and a laborer out there, pay for fuel, and it takes them half hour to 45 minutes to run.
But then
pick up a
again,
mattress and come
here's
back.
where, I agree with you, Dave, but I don't agree in another way, where they're gonna say $25. I'm putting that on the roof of my car, I'm going down the street and I'm dumping that thing.
No, they can bring it to us for nothing.
Right.
But they don't have to if they go down the street and dump it, they can bring it to Jeruz, he takes naps during the
Yeah,
weekends.
with the risks of getting fined,
So,
caught.
so what are you saying here, they can bring it to you for nothing?
Yes,
What's
because
the
you're
new-
you're paying,
what-
as of May 1st,
Bringing it right to the cost.
the state law is changing. You're gonna pay $10 per piece that you buy at the store, up front, and that's gonna cover the disposal of all these mattresses.
What about the ones that are sitting here in houses now? Nobody's doing
You
anything with?
have no choice, this is what it's gonna be.
But no,
You mean when as of May 1st,
for
when you're
instance, I
ready?
have a mattress.
Yep.
Sitting upstairs in a spare
Yep.
room. I'm not buying a new mattress.
After
Any-
May 1st, you can bring it down and drop it off for nothing. Before May 1st, it's gonna cost you $20,
Yeah, see.
okay? If we have to go to your house and pick it up, I want it to cost 25. Premium service.
So no more than 20, you want to move it
Now,
to the
I
$5.
can agree with what you're saying, but I agree with what Angelo just said. Some people may just say, I don't feel like going, because your hours, let's face it. Okay, your hours are 7 to 3:30 and no weekends. So now, I work 7 to 5, Monday through Friday. I can't get it to you. So where do you think they're gonna dump it? I know they're gonna dump it on Bernadette Street into the
No,
swamp.
they may dump it right in front of the fence at the DPW.
Yeah,
like
but
they
how is
normally
that
do.
different than now?
But that won't make any difference now, because I'm not losing the $20. I'm just gonna pick them up.
It's going to
put 'em in the
actually
dump.
be more
How
appealing
many
once it's
mattresses do we
free,
pick up a year?
Oh,
True.
Quite a few.
Just
right?
hundreds, thousands?
I'd say it's probably 400 to 600.
I would rather see, I mean, not to swing this in the entire opposite direction, I would rather see us just put into the budget the amount of money we need to go out and do this during the job and make it $0 so we don't have mattresses sitting on the sidewalks and people just get their mattresses picked up and thrown away.
Well, that's why we're here. It's up to you guys. You wanna do it for
I
nothing?
mean,
Good.
how
but then-
else are you gonna get, you charge them $1.
But then, that go against my philosophy where the end user has to, that's why they have user fees. The end user should pay for that. Why should everybody pay for that service when only like, a fraction of a percent?
Because it depends on the budget. And the town's not gonna see mattresses anymore.
People
I don't
do
know.
call, I mean, our list is there. I think if if we have to go pick up some that are scattered, then we do, but I wouldn't just make it all free. Not if we are getting those people that
Do
are
we have a
paying
mattress problem in West Warwick?
Just
Yes.
send out something that
Then
says you're
let's
DNA
fix the
tested.
mattress problem.
Yeah, but it's not,
No.
the mattress problem
Gonna
isn't
take
that
out
big.
the blue light.
DNA
I
tested.
mean, you're only.
What
right
happens-
Now we're picking up,
They're
a
gonna
lot
pay
of people are bringing them
$25.
down to
Yeah,
us
but
now,
as a
since we have the container.
That's not mine.
And that
Yes,
changed.
it is.
Yeah, but the pickup is
And,
gonna be a fee.
No, I just had something up
We-
on my.
So they're
I
gonna have
think
to
we've been
call the
doing
town to go
probably
pick it up
10
for
or 12
20.
a week.
So the
Yes.
state's, the landfill's not charging anything for them anymore?
They're not going to the
They're gonna be,
landfills.
and they're gonna be, yeah.
Sorry.
So they-
Express Mattress is taking them.
I know.
So
And
Dave,
Express Mattress takes them apart and recycles them. They're out of, I think it's Seekonk, they got the contract for the state of Rhode
For the
Island.
state?
The guy in West Warwick here got the contract for Massachusetts and Connecticut. But they take the mattresses, they strip them completely
yeah,
apart.
right down, they ship them out
They-
out of the
They
country.
recycle the wood, they recycle the steel, all the components, all the stuff.
All the
gets
fabric, the
sent
stuffing,
away.
They still charge you to take them.
no.
The
No.
guy here in West Warwick, I went to.
Yeah,
$5.
until
Until
May
May
1st. But he may charge somebody from Rhode Island because he doesn't have the contract in Rhode Island. Express Mattress has the contract.
So you're
That's
gonna
why-
charge, after May 1st, if somebody wants you to go in their yard and pick it up, it's $25 fee.
Depending
What
on
we're
what you
doing now.
decide.
25 for both?
Per
We
piece.
were always getting 20
Let me
bucks
ask you a question.
per piece.
Wait a minute.
That's a lot of
It
money.
should be $25 for both, because you're only going once.
Okay, that's fine, I don't care. As
So
long
now-
as,
now they're
as
saving
long as I
money.
get
That's
my,
an idea.
my man labor covered
Listen,
and a little bit of fuel on
you
that.
go, if they have a, it's cheaper. So if you have a box spring and mattress that you need picked up, it's $25. Because right now it's 40 if we pick it up.
Yeah.
We're actually saving $15.
Right.
So.
And we're
if
already gonna
picking
be
it
there.
up-
So
in
even
other
if they
words,
had 3 or
we're
4 of them,
reducing
it's
the
still
rate.
worth it.
And then they'll have the free
The problem
service.
isn't the rate, the problem is when people see it costing money, they think of the alternative,
Costing.
which is
Charge
dumping it in a
differently
river.
for
But
king,
they're already doing that.
But
What's
we
that?
can stop
you
it,
charge
if something
differently
is
for
free,
king, queen, and
we
twin.
can
No.
stop that.
Right
from
now,
happening.
I
Yeah,
think
but
it's
you're
more
not gonna get it
expensive
free,
than
cause you need
doing
the pickup.
To the DPW,
Honestly-
they have
But
to
it's
buy the
600
sticker.
mattresses times
If they
20
have a
bucks.
king, queen, or regular size, it's 20 bucks. If they have the little tiny one
Talking
or
about
baby
nothing, and we
mattress,
solve the problem.
we charge
A
10.
king size mattress is twice the size of a twin.
Yeah.
Twin's got 1 box spring, king's got 2.
Yeah.
So, but you're charging the same for double the.
What about California king?
Oh my
How
God,
about- how
we're
about-
getting way out of
how about-
control.
Large twin,
How about
too,
a
the extra
futon?
tall.
I got a question
Whatever, it was
about
just an idea.
mattresses. Does that take into consideration anything coming off a couch?
Like,
Yeah, that mattress will go into the container too.
No.
you mean a sleeper sofa?
You take a sleeper sofa or anything that comes off a couch?
This actually happened at a bulk pickup that we had, because if the woman had a sleeper sofa, and if she had left it all intact, they would have just picked up that sucker and thrown it over. But she pulled it apart and she left the mattress off. Now she had a mattress on the side of the road, and they took her sofa and left the mattress. And I'm like, oh, you just left it. I ended up calling MTG. They did me the favor and they went back and got it because
Some people think couches and couch cushions are the equivalent of mattresses. You just throw them out there. Oh, they'll pick them up.
No.
Okay,
Okay, so what do you want to do?
$25.
25 bucks for
For the
whatever they...
pier.
We gotta go there anyway, right?
You gotta go there anyway, and it's free to get rid of it now, so.
25 bucks. Got that? Okay, mattresses.
Okay, this is for
Sorry,
pickup only,
25.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
Pick up only $25.
That's the premium
Yeah,
service to
call it
pick it up.
premium service.
After May 1st, it's all free.
Wow, we reduced the rate here tonight.
It's not all
Imagine
free.
that.
Huh?
still gonna charge you $25 to pick it up.
No, I said if we have to go pick it up, it's $25. If
But
they bring it
drop
down,
off.
it's
It's
free.
free.
It won't be $10 anymore. Right now, if they drop off, it's $10 per piece, but come May 1st, it will just be free. So that'll be a good
Okay.
perk.
What are we keeping these in? Is the,
It's an enclosed container that the company supplies to
oh,
us.
okay.
The next one is 2, construction debris, and it says, with striking, the DPW will allow homeowners with small construction projects that do not require a building permit to bring the equivalent of wheelbarrow to the DPW facility. We're taking that out because we don't have the transfer station permits or anything like that. We can't collect this stuff.
So
We either make
why
it
can't we
take
put it
the
in a,
They either put it in their trash.
Yeah.
Or they get a dumpster.
so they could put it in their trash?
Or they call, or they call somebody.
Oh, okay,
If they cut it up and it fits in the trash, it can go in the trash.
Can
yeah.
I ask a question about drywall and things of that nature? If you break it up and put it into a bag, is that considered trash?
Yeah, if you can fit it in a trash can, you break it all up, put it in a trash can, yeah.
Does it have to be in a bag?
No,
No,
they're dumping it anyway, why should it be?
If you require to
Nothing
get
has
a
to be in
building
a bag.
permit
No.
for the repair that you're doing, then you need a dumpster.
If you're gonna put it as a bulk pickup,
No, for instance,
just
drywall.
throwing it.
I'm taking down a door or something, I
Yeah.
can break up that door, cut it all up,
Yeah.
and
Fit it
fit
in
it
your
inside
big
that blue
bucket.
bin, it's fine.
It gets jumped.
Yeah.
I might have some more work, but at least.
That
it's
goes
out.
in recycling?
No.
In a trash.
Garbage.
Yeah, the green bin, I'm sorry.
You don't have to put anything in a bag.
Yes.
You can just throw it in, as long as it fits in
No,
the
that's it.
container.
That's what
You know.
I saw.
The last sentence there says they have to supply a
I bet that they can't.
dumpster.
It says, construction demolition debris shall require the property owner to cut, mail contractor to supply a dumpster for waste removal.
God bless you.
I know
Thank
it's
you.
implied and it's
Jeremy.
obvious, but I think that basically you have to put in the language to say that they have to hire a company to supply the dumpster and remove the dumpster, because, you know, you're gonna have people with,
You also might want to think about, do you want to define what really construction and demolition debris are?
It's-
There is one
To
clause
include,
that,
it's-
I wish I could find
To
it.
include but not limited to.
I wish I had
It was
up.
basically,
Or approved,
compare
because
what
they
other
have those
towns are
things, you can
doing.
get a depot now, what are they?
Well, you know what, we
Yeah,
do
but
what
we
we
don't
feel
take
like
those.
doing.
I
No,
know
we
that,
don't.
but
And,
But-
you know, what's more
Yeah,
feasible for
That's
us.
fine.
We
If
were
they
just
get them, that's
joking
fine.
about,
We don't
For
care.
example, if you're gonna take
When
windows,
it's full, they take it
right,
away.
you don't get a dumpster. When you put your windows out, somebody might take them, but you're gonna have guys that are gonna be breaking glass,
Yeah, to get just the aluminum.
cutting the wood, just to get them into the bags.
Yeah.
So you create a mess.
there was a phrase here that it was.
I mean, you
need a
can't be
permit, you need
babysitting
a-
everybody
you
and
need a
explain everything, common sense.
Dumpster, it was kind of like that thing. Oh,
This is your fourth meeting on trash. There's no common sense when it comes to it. Oh, my God.
Did we change anything on white goods? It's all 25 now, right?
All right, so actually,
The next-
A2 is not correct. Construction demolition debris will not be picked up. That's not true.
It will be
It will be
picked up.
picked up if it fits into the container.
If it's in the container. That's why you have to word it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as long as it's in the
You
garbage.
could just say, construction demolition debris above which
Yeah.
can be placed into the blue bin.
With the top being closed, which we've already covered that, but
Don't say blue bin.
because it's saying right now that
Sorry,
we don't
the,
pick it up. That's
gray,
not true.
whatever.
We do pick it up.
The
As long as it
garbage bin.
fits- As long as it can fit within
People are colorblind.
So that's
the
simple. Just
provided
put the
container.
word-
See?
Yeah.
Speaking of
All right,
colorblind,
If
We'll
it
fix it.
fits, you must pick up.
Yeah, right.
He's saying green.
what color is this?
It's two.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's wrong. Okay.
it's like Field of Dreams now.
All right, come on,
This is-
whoa.
I gotta give all this
Stop
stuff to
touching
Al, and Al's gonna write it all up,
Yep.
and then we'll go over it, and then it's gonna be submitted to you for first reading anyway, once it's corrected, so.
Okay.
Right. 3, white goods will be collected only by appointment upon the purchase of a sticker, okay? And we're taking out upon the payment of $25 per item, because it's all going by the fee schedule now, so we're just taking the price out of that, all right?
So there's no fee.
No, there's $25 for white goods,
You can bring them to me for free.
okay? That's
You want
fine
to put
too.
that in there?
Bring me, oh yeah, you can. I'll take them
You
all.
advertise, you should advertise
Everyone
that
they
you
got.
take white goods.
I should.
Yeah. Okay, and then down the bottom where the fee is again, we're taking that out. And then it says disposal fees will be charged in accordance with the fee schedule adopted by the town council resolution and is full time change resolution by the thing, okay? I'll put that in there. Because he thought it was better to have one fee schedule that we could adopt any, change anytime we need to by resolution, rather than going through all kinds of ordinances.
Yeah.
All right, tires stay the same, we're still taking tires and rims. If they bring them on rims, we dismount them. I recycle the steel, aluminum, whatever it is, and,
So
That's number one,
residents do
steel.
not have to take them off the river if they bring them down?
no, I got a tire machine, I'll do it. I'd rather do it than have them not bring it, throw it on the
Dave, you
side
know
of the road.
that the wheel's the number one steel, different price than tin.
Yeah, I just throw it in one dumpster, because I can't separate everything.
It's about $100 more a ton.
I can't separate everything in a thing, because we're not a licensed, transfer station, so I had to send a letter to DEM asking for permission to collect X amount of tires and rims, but I can't go above that, and I have to get rid of them
400.
twice a month.
400?
Yeah, I think it's 400, yeah. Okay, oils and stuff all stays the same. We don't take any junk automobiles or parts. We know where to send them. Electronic items, all have to go to Coventry now, and they're only taking, what are they taking?
Computers, the towers, the monitors, the servers, the televisions. They will be working on printers, but no definite on that.
So everything that we took out of the trash stream,
Basically, if it's got a cord,
it goes
Ain't
back in the
going.
trash.
Okay, hold on, one sec, I do want to add, I got a visit from Barbara Tabak today, and she was speaking with, is it Phyllis from Indy Cycle?
Yeah, it is
Yes.
false.
So, with the change in the state law, they've been working on ways to help towns to deal with this problem, as we all spoke about. So, they've provided a proposal, I think Cumberland's already decided they're gonna do this. There's a letter on the back too from her that just kind of outlines the reason for doing this. Basically, what she's proposing is electronic recycling events one per month in the town, which
Yeah.
is allowed under the.
Well, we've been doing that with the, this is the same people that we've been working with.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, there would be a fee because, it's like 5 cents per pound, but if people are charged,
Yes.
$5 to drop something off or a buck or whatever it is, but so you can work out the details, but at least it provides
Yeah,
a local opportunity for people to bring their stuff as opposed to having to
right. But
Where-
as of,
drive to Coventry.
but,
Charlestown?
Yeah, I'm glad you
Yeah.
put that.
But as of right now,
That's that.
keyboards,
Events.
mice, GPS, remote control, all that, just goes right back in the trash now.
All your little appliances, your microwave, yeah.
Yeah, microwaves, all that stuff. After we work to take all that stuff out and recycle it, it's going right back in again now.
And go figure, the
yeah.
landfill's almost full.
Right.
It's
'Cause
that they don't
nobody-
have any buyers for this.
Incinerators,
Yeah.
They don't
end
have
it all.
buyers for it. They're
Nobody
sending
wants
it
to
over
take
to
it.
like.
Last
I got one down the yard. We
And
put one up in
IndyCycle-
1965.
This IndyCycle person
Burns by
deals
gases.
with Office Recycling Solutions,
Yeah.
which was the company that shut down, and they were doing our stuff, and I finally got them to come and get the rest of it out of there and clean out our dumpster, but she won't take any more now because Office Solutions won't take it. So, until all this
Yeah.
outlet gets straightened out,
There's an e-waste webinar that's going to be happening on the 24th of February, so I'll get some more information as to what's going on.
it's too bad a local scrapyard won't get into recycling. We could give him all the stuff and he could dismantle it and
So
scrap
what's
the
wrong with this
plastic
company?
and
The
scrap
computers got
electronics.
gold.
There's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
it. That's who we were using.
We would have to go out to bid?
No,
What?
when we were doing it, we were just giving them the stuff to get rid of it as a service to the residents.
If you're gonna make money, how do you not go out to bid?
No, no,
Well, you
we-
do.
we
If you're
weren't
charging,
making
you'd have
money.
to go out to bid.
Yeah, if
but-
she's charging a nickel a pound.
No, this is something new.
That's new.
Before,
Yeah, no,
So
no,
we
so,
were dealing with
well,
it.
my question is about this.
yeah, well, I think she's the only one that's willing to do this right now, so I don't know who you're gonna bid it
That's
with,
just
but-
events, though.
You can still bid.
that's
You
just-
still
You
bid.
still have to bid.
Yeah, but I don't think she's gonna charge, she's not gonna charge the town, is she?
Yeah, she
She's
is.
gonna charge
Yeah.
the
Nickel
individuals
pound.
to drop it off, isn't
No,
it?
we could charge town. We would charge people to drop it off.
No, see, when she was in my office, she said she would do it right there at the event, have a scale, and she would just say,
Alright,
okay,
so-
this is 50 cents or something like that.
If
know?
you can go to Coventry,
Wait,
really,
she's gonna
we're
have
lucky
some
that our
property owners?
transfer station's a Coventry transfer
They
station
do it
that is
up
so
at the,
close. And you can
Civic
go
Center.
to drop your e-waste off for free.
Yeah.
Fred, why are they gonna pay for it at our events?
I
But
checked
she's never
yesterday.
done it.
Something-
Yeah, why would they bring it over here and pay when they can just drive it to Coventry for free?
Because they don't want to drive to
They want to go to
Coventry.
Coventry.
Yeah, I
She's not
wouldn't try
supposed to do
Coventry, I would
anything.
just go
We
pay.
haven't had anybody
Now you're
complain
speaking
about
like
it.
Rhode Islander.
That's a typical Rhode Islander, but that's
Yeah.
Coventry, essentially, it's not like you're going over Phoenix Line. You're actually going up 117 all the way up to
Yeah.
Washington Oak School and Library. It's in that area. People think that's a long distance.
We haven't had
Elderly?
anybody complain about going over there.
No, I understand. Listen, if I have the opportunity and I can do it, I'll do it. But there are
God
people,
bless you.
elderly, and
Yeah,
that
that's-
just don't drive.
That's
Plus-
just,
Plus, we made arrangements with Coventry, if anybody comes down and drops anything on our place over the weekend, we'll put it in a truck and we'll take it up there and drop it with them, so at least they're accommodating us that way. So, okay,
So, in other words, people can drop off, keep on continuing to drop off stuff, just do it when we're closed.
well, no, we're not advertising that. We'll see them on
Because
the,
he already said we're gonna take town people, use a town truck and bring it up to Coventry.
if it gets there, but we also have the cameras set up where I'm taking pictures, and if I can get a clear shot of the license plate, I turn them over to the police department, and they hunt them down and say, hey, what are you doing over here, you know?
Oh, no.
And they stop it.
That's if you're closed,
that's
if you're open, it's
Andrew
okay.
and his microwave.
So, Dave, cover your license plate before you drive over there.
The bumper sticker you gotta get rid of.
Ed, and
Yeah.
this ain't gonna help.
Actually, one of the officers recognized 6 out of the 12 cars that I gave him last time, didn't even have to see the plate. These are common, frequent flyers.
Habitual offenders.
We deal with these all the time. So, all right, the next section just says bulk waste. Bulk waste will be collected once per month. Residents that receive town trash pickup shall receive 4 pickups per year and will be required to call the DPW for scheduled pickup. Bulk waste shall not be placed curbside more than 24 hours prior to collection. Now, we had a discussion about this, and some of yous wanted to give them 4 pickups, 1 a quarter, and then charge for if they had any more, and then somebody said, just do it anyway.
For the first year, yeah, there was some,
It cost us $1,050 to have a truck come in here on Saturday to pick up bulk waste, and they'll take this, depending on the size of the bulk, between 75 and 100 items in the truck.
All right, so that, I mean, that's another question too. We know who the offenders are on this.
Right.
I mean,
Then
typically
we can
speaking,
stop it.
the single family doesn't have both,
Right.
very seldom.
Yeah.
All right?
If
It's
they
a
buy a
multi-
new couch
it's a
every
multi-
5 years.
Yeah, it's a multifamily, and like, you've seen them, what do they
Well,
call
we
them?
know where they are.
Payloads, what do they call them? The big huge.
Jackpots.
Jackpots, right?
That we're
I
not gonna
can't see
pick
us
up.
picking that up for
No,
free.
We haven't been, because since we started this, we've
Yeah.
been going out and we've
No.
been tagging the jackpots and putting the stickers on the stuff and on the front door of the house, coming back here, work with Pam, get the property owner. I call the owner of the property and say, hey, listen, your tenant moved out and left all this crap on the sidewalk, you've gotta get it out of here. And they've been moving it.
Yeah.
And they've
Okay.
been very good about
And
moving it.
3/4 of the time, it's not the tenant that left it there.
Yeah, usually it's the landlord.
It's the landlord.
Yeah.
But
And
we
you know
haven't
where
had-
I'm talking.
And then he's got a damage deposit, but he wants to keep
Right.
it in his pocket and
So he
has the
makes us
town
pay it.
pick it up. Yeah,
But we haven't been picking it up as bulk, they've been getting rid of it. So-
okay.
And if they don't pick it up within X amount of days, I go over there with the roll-off, put a can on the ground, the loader picks it all up, throws it in there. We lien the property for a foreman, a loader operator, driver, and laborers. We clean it up, take it to the landfill, and they get the tipping charge.
Okay, so to
Leave
allow
it as
24 hours, you can't put it out past 24 hours, not past,
Before-
prior to 24 hours.
That's what
Yeah.
we're asking,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
So
Typically
so
on these
Friday
jackpots or when they're cleaning out houses,
Weekend.
it's weekends. So they're gonna start on Saturday morning.
That's right, and they're gonna be out till next
Well,
Saturday.
that's the reality of it, so, I
Yeah,
mean,
but they're
if you
not gonna
disagree,
call-
tell me, but I don't think
And
so.
you know what, Ed, it's funny because I got calls from constituents that said, you know, if my son comes here and throws out my couch on a Monday,
Yeah.
you know, I got no help, me and my husband are elderly, I gotta wait till Saturday to pick it up, how am I gonna get it out there? And that's a
all
good
they gotta
question.
No,
do
but
is
I'm
keep
willing
it-
to, I'm willing to
They
go
just gotta
48
keep it
hours,
5
but nothing
feet
longer
back
than
from the
that,
road.
you know,
As long as it's on their property, it's 5 feet back,
and then roll it over onto the sidewalk.
you know, and then when Friday
Right.
comes before
Yeah,
the
got an
pickup, they
answer
just
for 'em
slide
anyway.
it out to the sidewalk.
But
You're not-
24 hours, I just think is not reasonable. So, I mean, what do you think, guys? I think like 48, we could say 24 and then just play it by ear, you know?
For exceptions, is that what you mean, like for instance, like the woman that, yeah, exactly.
Right, because we're probably not gonna act
we're
on
not
it for
gonna-
about 72 hours anyway.
Right. And you're gonna,
Or if he gives me the story.
And if
I
you know the
understand that, and
circumstances, you're
I
gonna
do
say-
try not to put it in, like, on the curb, try not, but, yeah, I've had phone calls like
Yeah.
that, and it is the other.
But I
Yeah.
guess 24 hours is fine, I don't think.
And then we work with the.
and that's gonna be
Work with
one
it.
and far from
Yeah,
few,
because
you know?
typically they're cleaning out on a Saturday
Right.
morning,
The best way
and
to
it's
handle
out there
this-
for Monday, which is like 48 hours. But say 24, and let's,
Yeah.
The best way to handle this, believe it or not, is the police department knows where all these multifamily, three-family, two-families are. The last week of the month, first week of the month is when everybody makes the changeover. So on weekends, if their supervisors will tell them, be on the lookout for these jackpot types of things, pull over and say, what's going on, and question them, and find out what's what.
You know, there
Because
just so
that's-
happened to be a case that I learned about,
That'll stop.
actually that way.
well, that's what I'm advocating.
That'll stop
I'm
all that.
advocating getting
But the
really
police-
serious.
But the police won't do it.
Well, yeah, but
on
we did
keeping
it
the,
on
the
Brookside
town
Avenue
clean.
2 weeks ago.
What do you mean they won't do it?
They cleaned out,
Brookside
they
Ave.
cleaned out
Mark called
on
me.
a, they
If
cleaned
they're
out
going,
on a
if they're going
Saturday.
by,
Doing it, it'll stop it.
I'll put
at
a
the same
little-
time, have them get the illegal, what do you call it?
I'll put a little bird out there, Timmy.
It's $5, what is it, $5 for a, no, when you sell your junk. When you sell your junk on a weekend. Yard sales, right. You have them do that too, have them check the listing for the yard sale.
Listen, I actually
They
had,
actually
Pick up about $400
I actually had a
each weekend.
constituent who went around and grabbed all the signs and came to me and asked me, and Paul,
They have
you
permits
remember
for
this. Remember when the lady came from Phoenix Avenue, she handed me all the signs, and she went through every sign
Oh,
and
Phoenix
looked to
Ave,
see.
There's a yard sale there every weekend.
Well, the further up, there's a lady who, on the corner of Phoenix and Woodbine, she gave me all the yard sale signs, because nobody took them down. She physically went down and took them down herself and asked me to check to see how many have permits. And only about 50% had permits. So here we are with yard sale signs with the address on them, knowing who's doing it, but we're not enforcing it. So
Al,
That's the building office.
Al,
that's what I mean.
To go out.
Here's the issue. Here's the issue with enforcement.
Check those too.
But we do give a copy of the permit to the police department.
Here's the issue with the enforcement, though.
Yeah, they get a copy of the.
Do they
application.
take time and these, you know, catch these scaffolds?
Yeah, but
I know since I've been here,
When
we
Al
brought
Decourt
in
was
one
here,
person to municipal
I
court
made
for
Al
yard
Decourt a
sales.
tool that he could go up there and
Because,
pull the
they
signs
had
down,
more than four.
and
You
he
only
used to
allow
pull the
4 a
signs
year.
down, and then
But-
he used to go
But
after them.
again,
down
this
one
is,
on the corner
we're
of
off topic,
It's a
but I just
business.
want to say, what you got to look at is enforcement, okay? You got
Listen, we already
yard-
put that
Ed,
ordinance
you just
in.
said yard sales. Guess what? Well, that's not the police enforcement, that's building enforcement. You have garbage, which is Dave's enforcement, not police enforcement. So police enforcement is other issues. So right now, we have 3 different parties enforcing all different things that really could be enforced by multiple departments to help each other. Only one works on the weekend.
Yeah, but
When
still,
they-
Unless it snows.
the Brookside Avenue one, they put it out on Saturday, we were there Monday morning, Monday afternoon it was gone. So,
Yeah, they're pigs over there. They are, they're disgusting pigs. I hope you're watching.
That is a disgrace.
It is, it's a disgrace, it's been going on for
You might want to
years.
put a particular number for Brookside Avenue.
What's the number? I'll tell you right now, everybody can go over there and look at it. It's disgusting.
it's cleaned up.
You've been by it, Brookside Avenue, go around the corner behind AJ's, right? Put out their trash like what, 3-4 weeks ahead of time? And they don't pick it up afterwards?
A lot of junk.
Yeah.
A lot of junk out there. Okay.
All right, the next section over there, what do you want, do you want to just give them one a month and not worry about 4, or do you want to charge them after 4, what do you want to do?
And then we do
I
the
think
fee.
4 is fine, I mean.
I think that's fine.
Are you changing the 24 hours to 48?
Well, it doesn't need to be quarterly.
Yeah, you can,
Yeah, you get 4.
yeah, you can play, you know who's gonna be calling you.
I have to say, it's been single residents. It's been people with a couch, a recliner, a sofa, a desk, a lot of elderly cleaning up.
Yeah.
things.
Wait
It's about about
until
100
the apartment
spring.
dwellers,
Oh, dear God.
right, they start to transition, they move out of their apartments and go somewhere else.
August 1st.
In the spring,
September 1st.
wait till
It's gonna
that
be a
happens.
mess.
First of the
That's
month.
when it's gonna be-
Unless miraculously, things have changed over the last
So,
4
4
you want to
years.
give them 4 and then charge them 25 after that?
I'm fine with that, yeah.
Now you're changing the 24 hours to 48 hours?
Yeah, just keep it in there,
Yeah,
and we'll
keep
just
it
explain
24.
Keep it at 24.
and then we go,
Yeah.
I judge it on
It's
a,
like,
Yeah.
it's like the top of the container being open this much, or open this much.
Right.
We'll play it by ear.
Okay. we
A
can
little
change that.
compassion.
all right, so what would the, and it's $25
Lot of
after
compassion.
any of that? Okay, 25.
Oh,
Do you have one of those in your board that constantly doesn't care?
All right.
yeah, and you know who it is? It's a landlord that don't even live in town,
Okay.
good.
The next
and it's right
section,
on
8,
Providence Street.
8-106, we just want to add in there, failure to comply with any requirements contained herein shall result in the refusal of the DPW or the town's contracted
My
hauler,
turn.
not to pick up the property. All right, we just want to add that in, so it's, okay? Is that all right?
Are we saying it could be up to the trash hauler to refuse?
Well, yeah, if they're the first one at the house and they see something that's not supposed to be there, then,
Yeah, but they've refused
They can
picking up recycling because there's been trash.
They just
Okay.
drive away.
Yeah.
They don't.
you know, because they'll actually be acting
Not a
as like,
permanent thing, a one-time.
Right.
well, they're acting as our agent if they see something that's messed up.
David, I think we discussed this. Can't you make councilmen agents?
I don't know. We'll get a
Well,
ruling from the judge.
I mean, it says over here, or an authorized official of DPW. So if you authorize us,
Does that make you
no, I'm
another?
asking, why not?
You can't.
Because
Why?
then that's another job within the town, and that's
If
contradiction, right?
you open up that little issue about making you a duly appointed agent, you have liability issues, number one, which is always a
Personally,
problem.
we're not
Just-
on it.
Number two.
We're just putting stickers on containers here, that's, you know, that's it.
Listen, you're doing a job that's normally done by a collective bargaining member.
No, it's done by
No, it's
him.
done by us.
Well, let's just go, I mean, how do you create a class of whatever you're going to be? No, you gotta look to the charter in the ordinance.
Yeah,
How does he get to choose a council person versus someone that's within his normal supervisory role? He doesn't supervise you. It'd be easier having the manager duly deputize you to do this versus having him do it.
yeah, well, okay, however you want to achieve it, that's
You
fine.
have to put it into the charter.
Okay.
No stickers for you.
Just like I said,
I have no problem at all slapping those stickers on those.
Yeah, I know, but you don't need that aggravation, believe me. You should see some of the people I deal with.
Can I ask a question?
Just call me the
Yes,
number of the house.
Subsection D.
Okay,
Subsection what?
I need I need a 2-hour turnover.
D, yep.
Yes, offense. Are we in merry old England?
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. I
We were
didn't write
discussing
that.
that, believe it or
I
not.
looked it up.
Yes.
I looked it up,
Yes.
and, because I said it
British.
should
That's
be,
English. That's
right,
British.
and I
That's
said,
British for offense.
is there a reason, is there a,
It's not incorrect, it's just wrong.
okay.
Well, this,
Well, I looked it up and it should be S, but then when it said it can be
It's
either,
either or.
because it means the same
It
thing.
means the same thing, but one is just, it's British versus being American.
What are we looking at?
The word offense.
So who wrote that?
Al,
Where?
First, second, third offense.
he probably typed it in and spell check said it was okay and
Oh.
off he went. right?
Oh, that bugged me right away.
All right, so we'll just change it to S and I'll let him know.
We did look it up, see?
No,
Yeah.
he's right.
No, we seen it first time and we said, oh, it means the same
You're
thing.
correct, but you're wrong.
So I said, well, maybe that's lawyer speak, I don't know.
I did, yeah, we were like, oh, maybe there's a purpose,
Offense.
All the legal stuff comes out of England, right, original?
like theater and
You
theater.
have to think that, but remember the,
Okay,
That's funny.
got that.
Bring this meeting back to
And that-
order, will you please?
That's pretty
I
much it,
think
right?
that's it.
Now, the only other thing is we got is the fee schedule,
Yeah,
which most of this has already been adopted.
yeah, this is fine.
I'll already put this through.
It's good for now.
The fee schedule stays the same, so.
Keep in mind, like the manager said, we have badges.
Gold, gold.
Right, and we all have holders except for you.
I got a hold. I got it, I finally got it.
Does anybody have any other, anybody else have any concerns with
3
this?
p.m. and then it was 12 hours.
No, I think we could maybe review some of the things decisions that we made and just see if there's any kind of tweaking later on, but I think it's fine.
Yeah,
Do you have
there's,
this on, do you have this on next week's agenda?
no, well, no, because I gotta talk to Al. Al's in Florida right now. I gotta
All right,
call
so it
him.
won't be on
Have
next
them
week's
write it out.
agenda.
So-
Giroux, you have 2 weeks, 3 weeks to review it,
Yep,
and if you have any issues, I know you're not gonna be at next week's meeting, so bring it up to Dave via email, and
okay, good. So Dave, you're fine with this, and you know where I stand as far as, we can have all the laws in the world, but if you don't have a way of enforcing it
Yeah.
quickly, then this is worth nothing.
Well,
So,
we've already been out tagging.
yeah, no, you know what, I gotta say, both of you guys have been great.
We've gotten a good response, about
Yeah.
10 tags and about 6 people
Yeah.
called me back with it, so I thought that was great.
And my guess is there's not repeat offenders. My guess is once you do it, they're aware of it.
Yeah.
is that Culture Love Seat going on Atwood Ave?
Atwood Street, yeah.
Yeah,
That found
Yeah,
that
yeah, they called up.
yep.
2 houses over from Dave.
They didn't know. They didn't know that we had bulk pickup. They thought it was going to trash.
A
So I
lot.
just stopped over there and then Nicole went. I told them, just call Nicole. If she put a sticker on it, they called right away. It's going.
No, this is great. Thank you for your work on this one.
the wrong person. Because
Huh?
that's,
What are you talking about?
All right, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Who did?
All in favor?
Oh, we didn't take it.
Opposed?
anyway.
Ayes have it. Let's get out of here. See you, man. I'll tell you got something going in court.
Fred.
David, just give me like 10 stickers, don't tell anybody.
Ordinance for you tomorrow morning.
I love my sofa was there.
It just aggravates me so much.